I feel like no one really wants to admit, but the Minnesota Vikings are true contenders this season. Whenever you have a defense that is as good as this one, you are going to be not only in contention to win every single game, but also, and more importantly, you're going to be Super Bowl contenders. And what I wanted to do for you guys was kind of break down this last game when they took on the Seattle Seahawks, and the defense came up huge at the end of this game. And right here, one of the most important plays of the day. So the first thing that we're going to see here is we're actually going to send 6. Andrew Van Ginkel is going to reach that point of attack. We'll get back to that in a second. We're going to send these defensive linemen. We're also going to send Blake Cashman up this side as well. Now for the offensive line, we're going to see a 6-man, whatever that is, scat protection, right? So what that means is they're going to slide this offensive line to the right. They already started to kind of feel that Cashman is coming in, so they're going to slide in this direction. And they're, instead of keeping that running back on the man side, which would just be here, right, we're going to keep him on this side. Okay, so keep that in mind as this play starts to break down. So Van Ginkel is going to reach that point of attack, right? So boom, he's going to reach right here. Okay, now what that does is kind of get this right tackle to be uncommitted to guarding anyone else or to blocking anyone else. We're going to get him into the inside shoulder. We're going to send him up that A-gap. And now Van Ginkel is going to bounce back around, and that A-gap is going to be wide open, right? So great job here, right? You see the interior defensive lineman. He's going to reach that inside shoulder of the tackle, blowing him up, now creating a double team on himself, allowing his teammates to get one-on-ones and, more importantly, free lanes to the quarterback. So look at this, guys. You'll see, right, they have a wide open route over the middle of the field. Wide open. It couldn't be more open right now. But Andrew Van Ginkel was freed up, and now he is playing that passing lane. So watch as Geno Smith starts to load up this throw. Van Ginkel steps into the way of it, re-garners his positioning, and ends up coming away with a massive sack in this football game late in the fourth quarter. Van Ginkel was amazing. This dude was phenomenal throughout the entirety of the game, and honestly is probably the biggest steal of the entire offseason, right? And again, in this video, we're going to break down a ton of film from this game, and I'm going to show you exactly why I believe the Minnesota Vikings are true contenders this season. Before we dive into the video, hit that like button. If we get over 600 likes on this video, we'll make a part 2 covering the offense and Justin Jefferson, Sam Darnold, Aaron Jones, the entire offense. So hit that like button. And who do you think is the biggest threat to take out this Minnesota Vikings team outside of themselves? Let's dive right into some more film. Now, one player outside of Andrew Van Ginkel that has been truly astonishing so far is Dallas Turner, man. This dude has developed and came so far over the first, half of this season. You've seen so much growth when it comes to, having that pass rush ability, right? But also being able to stop the run. And then more importantly, having the versatility to drop back into coverage, whether it be man-to-man, whether it be a zone, a mid-read, hook curl, a flat, whatever it may be. This dude has been so dynamic for this defense. Now, on this play specifically, they're going to come out in 12 personnel. So if you guys don't understand how personnel works, the first number, whether it be 11, 12, 21, the first number is always going to represent the amount of running backs in the backfield. And then the second number, since we're in 12, is going to represent the amount of tight ends on the field here. So they're in 12 personnel, which means you're probably going to have a little bit more linebackers. You're going to have your 4-3 defense out here, which is perfect for this situation. So the offense is going to get a little bit of a play action to go here. We're going to send this guy inside and then have Metellus on a late blitz around. Now, usually the running back would chip. In this case scenario, he doesn't chip at all and kind of gives him a free lane to the quarterback. Now, whenever you can force a little bit of pressure on a quarterback, you can create one of 5 different scenarios, whether it be a bad pass, a bad decision, an interception, a sack, a forced fumble, right? There can be so many good outcomes for a defense by just generating a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. And right here, we're going to break it down again, but Dallas Turner gets a beautiful interception. So we're going to have what seems like man coverage down the line here for the majority. We're going to have Dallas Turner on the tight end. We're going to see basically a cover one robber where Blake Cashman is going to be back into a mid-read. You have a deep safety covering the mid-third or the just a midfield close type of read. And again, watch Dallas Turner. He's going to bite up on the play fake, just for a second, doesn't overcommit at all, gets right back to where he needs to be, and once he sees the quarterback roll out to this right side, now he starts to be uptight with this tight end, which is perfect, and then reads it like a book, gets an easy interception. Looks like maybe he kind of hid behind the tight end for just a split second, and maybe Geno Smith lost sight of him. But either way, generate a little bit of pressure, and Dallas Turner ends up getting an interception. Beautiful play there by Minnesota. All right, here we go again. Another play. They were able to generate some pressure. This time, Blake Cashman is going to get a one-on-one with the running back up that A-gap here. We do a really good job. They're going to be in a 5-man scat to the right, which basically means the offensive line is going to slide over to the right. You're going to have man-to-man to the right. So again, you got the slide, you got the man side, and then we're going to attack that A-gap with Blake Cashman. He's going to get a one-on-one with the running back, which, hey, we'll take that every single time of the week. Blake able to generate a little bit of pressure here. Now, the defense is in a cover 2, which means you have your mid-read, you have your hook curl, you got your flats to the outside. I think this guy's going to drop into a hook curl, and then you got your 2 deep half safeties, right? But this defense is really hard to throw against at times, especially when you're able to blow up the spot of the running back just like this. Now, as you can tell, once again, Geno Smith, if he can stay, pretty clean in this pocket, he's having this in-breaking route over the middle by DK Metcalf that is going to break wide open. And again, if Blake Cashman wasn't generating pressure here, this would probably be a nice little gain for them, but instead forces him outside the pocket. And then we have Dallas Turner and Byron Murphy reading the quarterback's eyes, getting back to the football and stopping them for maybe a 1-yard gain. So again, we can talk all day long about Dallas Turner and how he fits into this defense. He's got some great versatility, and he's really coming along nice, man. This could be a future Pro Bowl linebacker for a very long time, off the edge, dropping into zones. I love the potential of Dallas Turner. Now, before we get any further into the video, do me a big favor. Like I said, if you want the part 2 with the offensive film, hit that like button. Let's get to 600 likes. But more importantly, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And we will be covering the Minnesota Vikings throughout the entirety of the season. Offense, defense, individual player breakdown, post-game reactions throughout the entirety of the regular season, but more importantly, throughout the playoffs as well, man. They will be booked in there. They'll be having some games, and we'll get you guys covered on those as well. So with that being said, join the family, and let's get back into some more film. All right, when I talk about Andrew Van Ginkel and how special this dude is, he reminds me a lot of just, those linebackers that can do everything for you. And I think it's a big reason why Dallas Turner is starting to become a very similar type of player. He's got a great mentor. So right here, we're going to get a little bit of pre-snap motion. They're going to have a block and release to the top side. They're going to initially double team Andrew Van Ginkel down low, but you're going to notice the right tackle is going to be very non-committed to blocking Van Ginkel. He's going to extend his arm, but he's going to look off this edge because he's got to be aware here, leaving kind of a one-on-one matchup between Andrew Van Ginkel and a guard. Now, normally you would say, well, Van Ginkel is not much of a power rusher, so, you probably like that matchup here for the Seattle Seahawks. But then going back to the dude's versatility, watch how he's able just to push these guys back, generate the pressure, and come down with another sack in this football game. And this one's honestly probably the more impressive one because he's going through a double team initially. He's basically moving this guy back. You have 3 guys. Look at this. You have 3 guys on Andrew Van Ginkel trying to stop him from generating pressure. You got a block and release here. You got a block and release here. I mean, you should be getting a solid 2 to 3, 4 seconds in the pocket here if you're the quarterback, because you only have 3 routes getting down the field, right? Everyone else is blocking and releasing or just fully blocking. And Van Ginkel, man, this dude is just different. All right, here's the last one we'll break down. Again, we can do a part 2 where we break down even more of the defense or the offense. Let me know what you guys want to see. We're going to send only 3 rushers, one being, I believe, Jihad Ward here. He's going to have a massive play. We talked about earlier, when you can generate pressure, you can create one of 5 different scenarios: a bad throw, a bad decision, a fumble, or a sack, a pick, right? On this play, we're going to generate a little bit of pressure. Watch how he puts all of his kind of power on that right foot, and he's going to spin back outside of the shoulder of the center. Boom, right? Generates that pressure. Now we're looking at DK Metcalf. He's supposed to be running a hard out, but instead he's going to round off his route, which absolutely destroys all the momentum of this play. He's going to throw with anticipation while getting hit in the backfield. Bad throw, bad decision, bad route, and we end the game just like that. Theo able to take this one away, man. Again, what a play by this defense, and it doesn't happen without this pressure up the middle. They have guys everywhere alongside this depth, right, that can just make game-winning plays, and right here, ended it. Put the nail in the coffin. This game was over, man. Seahawks played a great football game, 27-24. The defense came up big when they needed it the most. The offense came up big when they needed it the most as well. And, you know, when you find a way to win these football games, man, it really boosts the morale, boosts the chemistry, and the momentum going forward. So, man, this Minnesota Vikings team is peaking at the perfect time, but they got to keep it up over the next few weeks and, you know, maybe even compete for a bye week. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications. And with that being said, if you want the part 2, I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.